When the throaty rumble of a 389 cubic inch V8 engine shattered the calm of American streets in 1965, it wasn't just a car being driven, it was a revolution on wheels. In 1965, the Pontiac GTO Tri-Power didn't just drive down roads, it carved its name into automotive history as the machine that birthed the muscle car era. Today, we're diving deep into the legend that changed American car culture forever. The name GTO itself was an act of automotive rebellion. Pontiac boldly borrowed the moniker from Ferrari's Elite 250 GTO, where GTO stands for Gran Turismo Omologato, Italian for Grand Touring Homologated. This audacious move by Pontiac signaled the car's performance intentions despite being worlds apart from the Ferrari in design, performance profile, and price point. What began as a daring, optional package for the Pontiac Tempest in 1964 proved so successful that by 1965, the GTO had earned its place as a standalone model, cementing its status as the patriarch of American muscle. The 1965 GTO wasn't just another powerful car, it was a carefully crafted statement of American engineering prowess. At its heartbeat, the legendary 389 cubic inch V8 engine, capable of producing 335 horsepower at 5,000 RPM with a single 4-barrel carburetor. But for those who craved the automotive dominance, the Tri-Power setup delivered an earth-shattering 360 horsepower at 5,200 RPM, along with 424 foot-pound of torque at 3,600 RPM. This extraordinary power plant featured an OHV valve train with 2 valves per cylinder and an aggressive compression ratio of 10.75 to 1, all cooled by an efficient water system with a train-driven camshaft. The robust cast engine block was designed to run on conventional or synthetic 10-weight 30 oil with a capacity of about 5 quarts, standard specs that delivered anything but standard performance. What made the Tri-Power setup so revolutionary was its progressive operation. At cruising speeds, only the center carburetor would function, delivering reasonable fuel economy for a muscle car. But when the accelerator was pushed to the floor, all 3 carburetors would open simultaneously, unleashing the full fury of the 389 V8. This innovation created a Jekyll Hyde personality that allowed owners to enjoy both manageable daily driving and explosive performance when desired. Perhaps most shocking of all, despite the GTO's tire-smoking reputation, Pontiac engineers had to intentionally detune the engine from its true potential to meet General Motors' corporate power restrictions, meaning the actual capabilities of the Tri-Power GTO were even greater than the initial specifications suggested. The transmission options for the 1965 GTO reflected Pontiac's commitment to driver choice. The standard offering was a 3-speed manual transmission, while enthusiasts could opt for a 4-speed manual transmission, available in wide or closed ratio configurations, or a 2-speed super turbine 300 automatic transmission. The manual transmission featured a single dry plate clutch, operated by a direct manual gear lever, and gear ratios ranging from 2.56 to 1 in first gear to direct drive in fourth gear. While the automatic transmission offered convenience, it sacrificed some efficiency due to torque converter slippage and required more diligent maintenance with regular fluid and filter changes. When paired with the optional 4-speed manual and performance gearing, the GTO could rocket from 0 to 60 in as little as 5.8 seconds under optimal conditions, a blistering pace for 1965 that could still raise eyebrows today. The GTO's impressive acceleration was complemented by a thoughtfully designed suspension system that balanced performance and comfort. The car featured an independent front suspension, matched with a solid rear axle with coil springs, hydraulic shock absorbers, and front sway bars for enhanced stability. Though the factory suspension settings were non-adjustable, many owners modified their GTOs to achieve custom ride height, stiffness, and damping characteristics. The car's substantial presence was undeniable, weighing in at approximately 3,500 pounds, depending on options, with a 115-inch wheelbase and an overall length of just over 206 inches. The engine itself was a hefty piece of American muscle, weighing between 600 and 650 pounds, typical for a V8 of that era. What truly set the 1965 GTO apart in automotive history was a marketing campaign as powerful as the car itself. Pontiac's aggressive and innovative approach included commissioning the now famous song by Ronnie and the Daytonas, titled GTO, which helped build the car's legendary image. Pontiac also ran a groundbreaking advertising campaign featuring tiger imagery to emphasize the car's predatory power, coining the phrase GTO Tiger that would become synonymous with the model. The most stunning revelation about Pontiac's marketing, however, was that some of their performance claims faced criticism from automotive journalists who questioned their accuracy. Despite this controversy, the GTO's actual performance was impressive enough to speak for itself. And there's no verified record of formal FTC action against Pontiac for its advertising practices, a testament to how the GTO delivered enough real-world thrills to back up most of its promotional hype. The cultural impact of the 1965 Pontiac GTO Tri-Power transcended its mechanical specifications. This wasn't just a car, it was a rolling embodiment of the 1960s American values: freedom, power, and rebellion against convention. The GTO has been immortalized in countless movies, TV shows, and songs, becoming as much of a cultural touchstone as a means of transportation. What's particularly fascinating is that the Tri-Power setup was last offered in 1966 due to new General Motors corporate edicts that restricted multiple carburation setups to Corvette models only. This makes the 1965 GTO Tri-Power one of the last Pontiacs to feature this performance-enhanced configuration, substantially increasing its collectability and historical significance. Today, a well-preserved 1965 Pontiac GTO Tri-Power can command prices that would shock its original buyers, who could drive one home for around $2,852 plus options. A remarkable investment that has appreciated exponentially over the decades. The legacy of the 1965 Pontiac GTO Tri-Power isn't just about statistics or sales figures. It's about how a single automotive model can define an era and influence automotive design for generations. The GTO didn't just participate in American car culture. It fundamentally altered its course, establishing the template for the muscle car segment that continues to thrive today. From its bold appropriation of an Italian racing name to its innovative tri-power engine configuration, from its aggressive marketing to its cultural ubiquity, the 1965 GTO stands perhaps the purest expression of the American automotive spirit. Audacious, powerful, and unapologetically expressive in the pursuit of performance and style. As we look back at this iconic machine, we're not just examining a collection of metal, rubber, and glass. We're witnessing the birth of a legend that continues to capture the imagination of car enthusiasts worldwide. A true American icon that turned the dream of affordable performance into a reality that forever changed the automotive landscape.